I'm standing here with Gerry Reese right now, and this is an ongoing series about the trail system that's up here. Most people notice the trail system for ATVs and snowmobiles, but a whole lot of things are happening. You're really doing a great job out here, and you've got quite a future planned. So maybe you can tell us a little bit about it.
Thanks, Tom. The work that we've been doing for the last year involved an infrastructure project for the first rail trail celebration in the state of Michigan. Haywire Grade was named the first rail trail, and the 50th celebration is coming up in 2020. The infrastructure project that we worked on this past year involves the placement of 33 mile markers with the old Manistique Lake Superior Line Railroad logo. And if you look behind us, they're up at a height where engineers could have seen the mile marker posts that used to be on the railroad. And they allow for a layer of historical interpretation on the snowmobile ORV multi-use trail here, famously known as Haywire Grade, and it also allows some added value by way of safety so that snowmobilers and ORVers know where they're at on the trail system, and law enforcement can identify if there's accidents. Additionally, the Trail Association uses the mile markers when they do work, when they're grooming in the winter and the like, and it helps them identify specific places on the trail where maintenance needs to be done and or where grooming operations or specific needs have to be met. The interesting thing is that the Central Upper Peninsula Regional Development Organization provided a mini grant, and the association people in the area made an application to that grant and were awarded a generous amount to help fund the project. The match was done with in-kind labor from the Schoolcraft County Motorized Trail Association volunteers. They spent over 400 hours doing the installation of these signs. Imagine that you have 34 miles of trail that are somewhat remote, and when you pour concrete, you can't use a concrete truck. So all of the concrete had to be brought in and poured by hand, mixed by hand, and all the installation was done in a fashion that the new signage is completely serviceable by the Trail Association at the time.
Okay, you were mentioning this was step one. You've got another step you're going with. What does that consist of?
We have another infrastructure project that we're currently working on, and the locations have been all GPS by Hiawatha National Forest folks and the DNR. And what that involves is there used to be 12 railroad stations on Haywire Grade, and they had famous names like Hiawatha Station and Sturgeon Hole and Steuben, McNeil's and Richardson. And all 12 railroad stations were not there at the same time. What happened was, as they moved logging camps, they moved the railroad stations and renamed them based on their location or the name of the family that managed the logging camp. So what we're doing right now is we're working on the development of 12 information kiosks that'll be named after the 12 railroad stations and will be placed in proximity to where the railroad stations used to be. And what they will do is they will tell the story and history of the railroad, the area, and the logging camps that they used to service. And that'll be the second infrastructure project and layer of history that we'll be instituting here on the famous Haywire Grade.
You're calling this a multi-use trail. Is it just ATV and snowmobiles, or are other people going to use it for different things?
The trail, as it is identified as multi-use, is primarily a snowmobile and ORV trail. However, horses, hikers, cyclists can all use the trail, and that's why it has a designation of multi-use.
Okay, so almost anybody can come out here then and use these trails.
That is correct. And when we work toward the 50th anniversary celebration in 2020, there will actually be 4 events that will provide an opportunity for snowmobilers, ORVers, bicyclists, and horseback riders to use this section of trail in the appropriate season for their specific events.
All right, it sounds like it's going to be a great trail up here. Make your plans now for 2020 to be up here for the celebration. We're going to have a great time. Thanks, Gerry.
Sounds good, Tom, and thanks for coming back. I know it's been a year since you've been here, but we keep moving forward and we keep trying to improve the trail system here in Manistique.
Great job, too.
Thanks.